Medusa, the name alone sends shivers down your spine. Most of us know her as the terrifying creature with snakes for hair and a gaze that turns men to stone. But what if I told you that Medusa wasn't always a monster? What if she was a victim of a cruel fate, punished for something beyond her control? Before she became a symbol of fear, Medusa was known for her beauty. She was once a mortal priestess, dedicated to the goddess Athena. Her long hair was her most admired feature, a mark of her stunning beauty. But her beauty would become her curse. Medusa was devoted to Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. But as with many tales from Greek mythology, her story took a dark turn when she crossed paths with the god Poseidon. Poseidon, the god of the sea, became captivated by Medusa's beauty. But his desire was not one of love, it was one of domination. One night, in a temple sacred to Athena, Poseidon forced himself upon Medusa. The assault was a violation not only of Medusa, but also of Athena's temple. In her rage, Athena did not punish Poseidon. Instead, she turned her wrath upon Medusa. The beautiful woman who had been wronged was transformed into a monster. Her once flowing hair became writhing snakes, and her eyes that had been admired by many, were now cursed. Anyone who looked into them would turn to stone. It was a punishment far greater than Medusa deserved. Banished to a desolate island, Medusa lived in isolation. Her only companions, the monsters that now surrounded her. What had once been her greatest strength, her beauty, was now her greatest weapon, a weapon she never asked for. In some interpretations, Medusa represents the way women who are wronged are often blamed for their own suffering. Athena's punishment was not just about turning Medusa into a monster. It was about shifting the blame for Poseidon's crime onto her. Medusa, in this sense, becomes a tragic symbol for those who are punished for the sins of others. Then came Perseus. Armed with a reflective shield and aided by Athena herself, Perseus set out to slay Medusa. The irony? Athena, the same goddess who cursed Medusa, now orchestrated her death. In a tragic twist, Medusa's head was severed, and her deadly gaze became a tool for Perseus to turn his enemies into stone. Even in death, Medusa's suffering was used for others' benefit. But is that really the end of Medusa's story? Over time, she has come to represent more than just a monster in Greek mythology. Medusa stands for the silenced, the wronged, the ones who have had their stories twisted by those in power. She is a symbol of both fear and suffering, beauty and tragedy. Medusa's story is not just one of beauty turned to horror. It's a deeper reflection on power, control, and who gets to decide who the monsters really are. So, next time you hear the name Medusa, remember, there's always more beneath the surface. For more intriguing stories from mythology, hit that subscribe button.